Gentlemen, please remove your caps, and everyone, please remain standing as we join in our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched, where so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
One of the highest honors that any college or university can bestow is the honorary doctorate degree for distinguished service. We are pleased to confer 3 honorary degrees this morning. At this time, I shall ask Dr. Gary Johnson, the Reverend Dr. David McCarthy, Dr. Cass Remp, to join me at the podium for the conferring of the degrees. I shall also ask Mr. William Langford, Mr. Roger Dorr, and Mr. James Tome to join me at the podium as well.
Hastings College is pleased to present the honorary degree, Doctor of Laws, to William D. Langford, Jr., class of 1992. Bless you. After graduating summa cum laude from Hastings College with an undergraduate degree in mathematics, Langford pursued a legal career that began as a litigator for national law firms and grew into leadership roles within the federal government, and then in the financial industry, focused on compliance, including the fight against international money laundering and terrorist financing. In January 2013, Langford joined Citigroup as the Global Head of Compliance Architecture and Strategy, where he leads the group responsible for compliance risk analytics and assessments, as well as the development and oversight of the execution of the firm's global compliance strategy. Previously, the Hastings, Nebraska native served in several leadership roles at J.P. Morgan Chase & Company, including the Global Head of Compliance and the Director of Global Anti-Money Laundering. Prior to joining J.P. Morgan, Langford had a distinguished career within the federal government. He served as the Associate Director for the Regulatory Policy and Programs Division of the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, a bureau of the U.S. Department of the Treasury that administers the Bank Secrecy Act, the nation's anti-money laundering regulatory regime. Before assuming his role at FinCEN, Langford served as a senior advisor to the General Counsel of the U.S. Department of the Treasury, where he focused largely on the implementation of the anti-terrorism and anti-money laundering provisions of the USA Patriot Act. Prior to joining the Treasury Department, Langford practiced law with Williams & Connolly, LLP, and Choate, Hall & Stewart, specializing in commercial litigation. He also served as a law clerk to the Honorable Royce C. Lamberth, who is now the Chief Judge of the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia. He is admitted to practice law in the District of Columbia and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. Langford graduated with high honors from the University of Texas School of Law. During law school, he served as associate editor of the Texas Law Review. As an undergraduate student, Langford participated on the Hastings College forensics team, earning second and third place finishes in events at national forensics tournaments in 1992. As a senior, he received the Bronco Award, the college's highest non-academic student honor. Langford is married to Barbara Hanson Langford, a 1994 Hastings College graduate. They have 3 children, Mary, Sydney, and Oscar. On this 18th day of May 2013, Hastings College confers upon our alumnus, William Langford, the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa. Congratulations. Hastings College is pleased to present the honorary degree, Doctor of Business Administration, to James Tome, class of 1982, Vice President of TL Irrigation Company. As a member of the Hastings College Board of Trustees from 2000 to 2012, Tome provided invaluable insight on business and investment issues, particularly those related to agriculture. He also developed the initial concept for the Bobby Gotch Difference Makers campaign as a way to honor his friend and fellow trustee, Bobby Gotch. In 1982, Tome graduated from Hastings College with a BA in Business Administration and joined TL Irrigation, a manufacturer of center pivot irrigation systems used in farming operations across the United States and in several foreign countries. His philanthropic work includes service as Vice President of TL Foundation Incorporated, a nonprofit foundation supporting charitable organizations and endeavors, including the Leroy W. and Jean E. Tome Scholarship at Hastings College. He also serves on the Hastings Community Foundation and previously served on the Concordia University Foundation. Tome was born in Hastings, Nebraska, to Leroy and Jean E. Tome. He married Jean Westengard, a 1983 graduate from Hastings College, in 1980. Together, they have raised 4 children and are the proud grandparents of 2 grandchildren. On this 18th day of May 2013, Hastings College confers upon our alumnus, James Tome, the degree of Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa, in recognition of his leadership on the Board of Trustees and in the field of agriculture. Congratulations. Hastings College is pleased to present the honorary degree, Doctor of Business Administration, to Roger Dorr. After 44 years of service to Hastings College, he retires as Professor of Business Administration and Economics, head men's golf coach, and President Emeritus of the Hastings College Foundation. Few individuals have made the impact on Hastings College Roger Dorr has. As a professor, chair of the Business and Economics Department, and founder of the Communication Arts and Business and Economics Department, he taught accounting and business principles to young men and women who have achieved success at the highest levels of U.S. business and government. As president of the Hastings College Foundation from 1996 to 2003, he oversaw $44.9 million in fundraising towards scholarships, the annual fund, and capital projects, including the construction of the Osborne Family Sports Complex, Sackleben Observatory, Barrett Alumni Center, Bronco Village Apartments, Flea Hardy Educational Center, Batchelder General Services Building, and Wilson Mathematics and Computer Science Center. As men's golf coach and an avid fan of activities across campus, he encouraged students to pursue excellence beyond the classroom. After earning his BS in Accounting and Economics, graduating with high distinction from the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in 1967, and his MBA from Creighton University, Dorr arrived at Hastings College in 1969 and earned a reputation as an inspiring lecturer, advisor, and mentor. In 1989, he was awarded the first Edgar and Frances Reynolds Lectureship in Business and Economics. His honors include the college's Burlington Northern Foundation Faculty Achievement Award, its Outstanding Advisor Award, and its Distinguished Senior Faculty Award. External audiences recognized Dorr too. In 1995, the Carnegie Foundation for the Advancement of Teaching named Dorr the Nebraska Professor of the Year. He also received the Outstanding Nebraska Accounting Educator and was named the 2006 GPAC Men's Golf Coach of the Year. Dorr balanced his teaching and fundraising loads with robust service to the community of Hastings and the state of Nebraska. Dorr and his wife, Karen, a 1975 graduate from Hastings College, have a daughter, a son who is deceased, and a grandson. For all that Roger Dorr has contributed to Hastings College throughout the last 44 years, the college confers on him the degree Doctor of Business Administration, honoris causa, on this 18th day of May, 2013. Congratulations.
By the authority vested in me by the trustees of Hastings College, I confer upon you these honorary degrees, Doctor of Laws and Doctor of Business Administration, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Today, Hastings College is proud to host its annual Golden Graduation Ceremony. We are pleased to recognize and to present 50-year certificates to the members of the class of 1963. I'm going to ask that President Jackson and Reverend Dr. McCarthy present these golden certificates. It is truly fitting that we honor these men and women who departed our college 50 years ago. In a very real sense, this regraduation is also a rededication to the liberal arts education they received during their years at Hastings College. Hastings College is proud of all of its alumni, and we are thankful that you are here to celebrate this day with us. At this time, would all Hastings College alumni please stand as you are able so we may recognize you? Welcome home. Now, would the members of the class of 1963 please come forward to receive your Golden Graduate Certificate? Charles E. Bacon. Margaret Hoff Bacon. Roger L. Beeman. Emma Bird. Myron K. Canada. Ronald Eugene Devish. Celinda Mounts Devish. Eldon Grothin. And I should note that Eldon has two granddaughters graduating today as well, Cassandra McLeod and his step-granddaughter, Rebecca DeLashman. Norman Richard Hadenfeld. Judy Hubble Hagee. Sarah Boyden Hamsa. Gerald L. Jensen. June E. Carson Jensen. Connie Hitchcock Kirchman. Roland Lamberson. Jack Melton. John Jack C. Osborne. David L. Palmer. Marilyn Wright Pedrick. Cleo Marsh Ramsey. Jerry Ramsey. Jack Sandine. Judy Sandine. Dick Chanel. Robert Tonkin. Mary Ellen Minning Tompkin. Gary D. Week. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 1963.
You've already heard about the success today's commencement speaker, William Langford, has achieved since graduating from Hastings College in 1992. As a student, William demonstrated a fierce intensity. A mathematics major, he put his 4.0 GPA on the line by taking challenging courses rather than introductory classes to fulfill our liberal arts requirements. William's intensity, intelligence, broad knowledge base, and sharp wit made him a great competitor on the Hastings College forensics team. Under the leadership of the late Kevin Heineman, William and his wife Barbara Hanson Langford were among those who helped catapult the team to national prominence. The Hastings College community saw within William great leadership potential, and today we welcome him back as a distinguished alumnus who has exceeded our expectations. To take you back to your forensics days, William, we've hired judges in the audience who will be assessing your remarks. Your scoring ballots will be available near the concession stand 15 minutes after the end of the ceremony. Where is it? There. Please join me in welcoming William Langford.
We talk about hard work and dedication, intelligence, blah, 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 as the keys to success. And make no mistake about it, they absolutely are the keys to success. But know this, someone will always be smarter than you. Someone will always work harder than you. And more importantly, someone will always be willing to sacrifice more than you to get what they want. So what do? I say give up. I say move back home in your parents' basement, your inner sanctum, and eat meatloaf. Alternatively, you can free yourself from the limitations and expectations of that around you and your own self-awareness and just do great things for the right reason. First, let's look at the preconceptions and limitations that you may actually have placed on yourself, even those you may not even realize you have. Then, let's focus on doing great things right where you are. And finally, a note of caution. In your quest for greatness, don't lose yourself. Life is actually a hell of a lot harder than you think, it's easy to lose track of who you really are. So Mark Twain wrote, "It's better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to open one's mouth and remove all doubt." I am that fool. Let's keep going. So look, you can do anything as a Hastings College graduate. Your challenge is deciding what that is. That's actually a bunch of crap. You really can't do everything. You got to work your butt off. If you're going to get anywhere in your life, you really have to work hard. And you know that. You went to Hastings College. You know how it is. But it may surprise you to learn that the limitations in your life, including expectations, that can also become limitations, are not only what others may place on you, but what you may actually place on yourself. You either lock yourself into an established path of what it means to be successful, or you just are afraid to take a chance, because in taking a chance, you have to step away from the fast lane. You have to step away from the fast track and take a huge risk. Look, as a young associate at a law firm, life is not good. Anybody planning to go to law school, I encourage you. No, it's great, really. You're working 24/7, but when I did start practicing in Boston, there were a couple of partners at this major litigation firm who still did domestic law, read divorce, that sort of thing. Not exactly the nicest of topics, and quite frankly, they weren't viewed very favorably by the people who were the hardcore litigators. But what I did was I started volunteering for their cases. Why? Because they were in court. They were having a good time. They were doing the real stuff of what I thought a lawyer should be. And did I sacrifice something in the process? Probably, but by my friends and peers and colleagues were all researching and writing and researching and writing and et cetera, I was standing up in court, and in fact, one of the best opportunities I had as a lawyer was arguing a First Amendment prior restraint on speech case. I did it in the probate court of Concord, Massachusetts, and I would never have had that chance had I followed the established path. Now, closely related here is the best advice I could probably give you, which is pretty simple. And remember this, you might want to write this down. If you don't like it, stop doing it. It sounds simple, but I got to tell you, it's really hard to do. Now, that is a lesson I actually will have to credit to my mother and father, because they taught me that, you know what, no matter what you're doing, if it's not you and you're not happy, change it. You have that power. I love being a lawyer. I really did. I worked my butt off to do it. Yada, that's but 3 times a day, in case you're keeping track. And it was fantastic. And I did everything that I saw that senior partners at big law firms did. You go through this, you go through the progression, you do it. Unfortunately, when I was in the middle of it, I thought, well, this isn't much fun. I'm not really enjoying myself, and I can't really see myself doing this. So I stepped away. And I took a big hit. I took a big pay cut. Let me tell you, it was a major pay cut, because I joined the U.S. government, God bless them. And I just literally stepped off a cliff without knowing that what was going to happen. But it turned out, in hindsight, it was the best career move I ever made. Now, I'd like to tell you I had it all planned out, but I obviously did not. It was just dumb luck. But I walked into the U.S. Treasury Department in January of 2001, and there was almost nothing going on, change of administration. Within the next 10 months, I had a front row seat, to the financial war on terrorism and the most significant revisions to the nation's anti-money laundering laws in its history. Now, I'd like to say I followed my father's inspirations or perhaps my wife's inspirations on this, but I did it because I was tired and I thought I needed to change, and I would encourage you guys, if you get into that position, take a chance. All right, so let's talk about doing great things right now. Your ability to change lives, make a difference, is often right in front of you, but you might not know it. Now, here's a tip. This is another important tip. You don't have to end world hunger to make a difference, okay? The environment of Hastings College really does make some things easy. It makes it easy to get involved, to be a part of something, and in being back here reminded me of that, of just how easy it was to volunteer for this and that. Now, I, of course, never did any of that, but it was comforting to know that it was there and available to me. I like to talk about the arc of the philanthropist. You work hard, you make money, you get old, and suddenly you become a civic leader and a philanthropist and give your money away. Now the paradigm shifted a bit with Bill Gates and that Facebook guy getting rich so early so quickly. But we thank them and we applaud them for what they do to give back this money, but it may well actually distort things for the average person. Because it's not where you are, it's not what you start with, it's not what you end with, it's what you do when you get there along the way. Just make a difference right now. So I mentioned Kevin Heineman, and I really look to him as a good example of doing great things right where you are. Kevin will not be remembered in the history books, but people who were around him and saw him and worked under him will remember him forever. He had an ability to inspire and make us do great things far beyond anything that we could have ever imagined. That's what I'm talking about. That's what you all have the opportunity to do. I would like to talk for a moment about human trafficking. Never thought that would come, did you? I'll explain why. First of all, in the world of anti-money laundering, in the financial sector, we spend a lot of money. We spend a lot of money for a lot of sort of prospective controls to try and stop bad people. And I think there's a level of frustration for folks like myself who've worked in this industry where we think we spend a whole lot of money doing a whole lot of things and maybe we're not making a whole lot of difference. Now, anybody who goes into money laundering, well, not anybody, but most people, we do it for a higher reason. We do it because we actually do want to catch bad guys. We want to make a difference. And I know you're sitting out there right now with the 15 ways in which you're going to make a difference now that you're graduating. And you want to channel that and be part of that. But during the dark days of the financial crisis, we really didn't have too much to cheer about. It was a horrible situation for everybody, including those of us who were working in financial institutions. But it was against this backdrop that we said maybe we can do a little bit more. And maybe we can use this infrastructure we've created to actually do something more and better. Now, the trafficking in human beings, fortunately, you've heard a lot about it. It means slavery. Let's call it what it is. It's not just the smuggling of human beings. It's any sort of forced entrapment or labor today. The numbers are astounding, and they're frightening how often this occurs. And don't kid yourself. It is not an international issue. It's not just a global, international outside the U.S. It's happening right here in the States. It can be local, and I would put money on the fact there's probably trafficked labor going on right now in Hastings, Nebraska. So what I did was I said to the team, I said, come on, guys, we can do better than this, can't we? And what we did is I took all volunteers. These were people, we were all working our tails off because the budgets were tight. We had to do more. We went out on our own time. We interviewed law enforcement, sat down with them across the table and said, let's shift the paradigm. You come to me, you tell me something, I'm going to tell you something, and together we're going to figure something out. We're going to try and find bad people doing bad things. And what happened? Well, what happened was, and now it's kind of well known, but for a while in the area of sex trafficking, the use of the classified ads, the online classified ads, were a popular way for the criminal element to advertise underage sex trafficking, okay? And what we did was, by tracking their financial footprint, we were able to link small dollar transfers that actually fueled and funded this in a way that previously was invisible to us. Because typically with money laundering, you're looking at big picture, big money flows, et cetera. This was about small dollar. Okay, and what we found were several hundred instances where we believe that people were actually promoting online the sale and services of underage sex trafficking. Did we solve the problem? Nope. Did we help? I hope so. But I got to tell you, there is truly no greater feeling in the world when you look back on that and say, yeah, we did that. That's what I mean when I say do good things right now, right where you are. Finally, stay true to yourself. The challenge that you will have is truly staying true to who you are. You're highly motivated, you're successful. There is a ton of pressure on you to do the right thing, to fit in, to say the right things, be at the right parties, and get the recognition you want. Now, and in doing so, you actually risk losing a little bit of who you are, if not all of who you are. Question. You're invited to the senior partner's house. It's a pool party. You're a summer associate. Do you wear the Speedo, or do you wear trunks? Okay, if you answered Speedo, get out of here. You're done right now. Okay, always wear trunks. And in fact, I would say that the best answer is to show up wearing your khaki pants and your polo shirt saying, I'm just here to sip some wine. I often have a no Speedo rule, and generally I've adapted that further to saying there are no swimming pools with colleagues. Why do I say this to you? Because I really don't want to see anyone else in a Speedo. But more importantly, what commencement speeches often do not tell you is that life will kick you in the face. It will kick you in the face harder than you ever imagined. And you will face your greatest challenge, and it won't be one you select for yourself. And most of the time, it will not be the direct result of something that you did or did not do. Again, living through the financial crisis, I developed an inspirational motto over the last few years. When something really bad happens, and believe me, it really bad does happen often, I always say to people, hey, don't bother getting upset. Tomorrow will suck even worse. It actually helps. The fact is, bad things happen to good people, bad things happen to bad people alike, and no inspirational speech will fix it, not even one as poignant and insightful as this one. So the good news is you are equipped to handle what may come. You have strength and resiliency that you have built up over your years at Hastings College, because all the quizzes and tests, that'll go out your head very quickly, surprisingly quickly. But what won't go out is your ability to solve problems, your ability to analyze them free of emotion, your ability to attack, your ability to execute, and do the best you can with the circumstances that you're in. That, guys, is truly the Hastings College advantage.
President Jack? It is with a great deal of pride that I present to you the graduating class of 2013. Within the hour, 224 students will be the recipients of bachelor's degrees, and 18 students will be the recipients of master's degrees. As the academic dean, I must say that I am impressed with the academic record which has been achieved by the members of the class of 2013. Bachelor's degrees with honors, cum laude, magna cum laude, and summa cum laude, are traditionally awarded to the top 12% of the undergraduate class. This year, the minimum cumulative grade point average to be included in the top 12% is 3.8855. It is customary to recognize individually those students who are graduating summa cum laude in the top 3% of the class. This year, 7 students are receiving this honor. The first 3 have perfect 4.0 grade point averages. As I read your name, would you and the members of your family, as you are able, please stand and remain standing. Please hold your applause until all the names have been called. Laura Renee Bernero, Jacob Ryan Marvin, Hannah Elizabeth Swanson, Kevin Thomas Smith, Emily Ann Lovejoy, Deanne Renee Nicholas, Erin Michelle Patak. Please join me in congratulating all of our honor graduates. Well done. Mr. President, will you please come to the podium? Will the candidates for the degrees Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, and Master of Arts in Teaching please rise? Mr. President, these candidates for the degree have completed the program of study and other requirements prescribed by the faculty. I therefore present them to you for conferral of the degree.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Hastings College and confirmed by a vote of affirmation from the trustees, I do hereby confer upon you the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Music, or Master of Arts in Teaching with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. Congratulations.
Will you please be seated? Bachelor of Arts candidates, please rise by rows and proceed to the platform to receive your diplomas. The first group of students are those graduating summa cum laude. Laura Renee Bernero. Jacob Ryan Marvin. Hannah Elizabeth Swanson. Emily Ann Lovejoy. Erin Michelle Patak. The following students are graduating magna cum laude. Hannah Rebecca Witt. Jacob William Braunberger. Shannon Nicole Butner. Elizabeth Justine Wilkins. Brittany Grace Morse. Mark Edward Lutkemeyer. Justice Lee Stoltz. Amber Lee Himmelberg. Helena Marie Flaxbeard. And the following students are graduating cum laude. Rebecca Lee Delashmut. Abigail Nicole Burrows. Allison Marjorie Kern. Susan Jean Hartman. Morgan Diana Weitzel. Cassandra Lynn Waldron. Benjamin Roland Dumas. Kirsten Lee Nickel. Jessica Marie Richard. Jordan Alexander Burrell. And we will continue with our Bachelor of Arts candidates. Michael Robert Abramson. Cooper J. Adams. Jamie Kathleen Anderson. Tara Leanne Anderson. Elise Lene Applegate, with distinction in sociology and international studies. Chance Durham Armstead. Stephanie Marie Armstead. Austin Allen Asherall. Kaylee Jean Baldwin. Keenan Anderson Balaj. Vincent DeMaranciano Banda. Dylan Laurel Barbie, with distinction in elementary education, special education. Jesslyn Nicole Barton. Christine Danielle Batenhorst, with distinction in elementary education. Haley Ann Beardsley, distinction in psychology. Aaron Kelly Bierman, with distinction in human resource management. Holly Jo Bischoff. Holly D. Bishop. Katie Christine Blackwell. Joseph Patrick Bliven, with distinction in biochemistry, molecular biology. Stephen Lee Bodine, with high distinction in agribusiness and distinction in economics. Christopher A. Bailey. Laura Marie Bonnet Murphy, with high distinction in English education. Trevor Allen Brass, with high distinction in economics and distinction in communication studies. Jessica Ann Bruner. Amanda Lynn Bulow. Derek Paul Bumgardner, with distinction in biology. Sean Allen Bidalic, with distinction in chemistry. Jessica Elizabeth Carlson. Denise K. Carlstrom. Zachary Charles Carlton. Antonio Carrasco. Matthew Andrea Cascioli. Autumn Renee Conley, with distinction in broadcasting. Molly Ann Connor. Candace Katie Connolly. Jonathan Wilson Cooper, in absentia. Mason Peter Cooper. Chelsea Morgan Cowan, with distinction in exercise science. Jessica Lynn Cunningham, with distinction in exercise science. Brian Edward Cutright. Hannah Victoria Davis, with distinction in psychology. Jenna Marie Diedrich. Jordan Douglas Diedrich. John Francis Dostal. Hannah Lee Jean Duke. John Tyrell Duncan. Michael A. Dvorak. Molly Elizabeth Dykes. Heather Ray Ernest, with high distinction in professional accounting and distinction in economics. Chloe Amanda Eckberg. Henry Kane Ellenberg. Matthew Todd Ellis. Douglas Robert Erickson, in absentia. Charles Andrew Ferguson. Brian Douglas Fisher, with distinction in elementary education. Shelby Aaron Follett, with distinction in chemistry. Alexandria Ruth Friend. Douglas Robert Fruin, in absentia. John Paul Gamble. David Enrique Gerhardus. Aaron Bilney Geringer, with high distinction in psychology and communication studies. Jackie K. Giles. Felicia Cecilia Graff. Jordan Chad Green, in absentia. Abby Joe Griffith, with distinction in elementary education, special education. Cody Allen Gugamus, with high distinction in biology. Patrick Gregory Haley. Trevor Allen Halbmeyer. Jeremy Robert Hansen. Riley Aaron Hansen. Andrew Hare. Robert Madison Hart III, with distinction in criminal justice. Carrie Lynn Hazenauer Wilcox. Carly Sue Heidemann with high distinction in English. Bridget K. Heidmus in absentia. Jacob Carl Herman with distinction in elementary education. Amanda Marie Higgins. Tyler Randall Spencer Hinchy. Shelby Lynn Henricks. Scott Allen Hofer. Jacob Lee Holmquist. Nathan Daniel Howe. Nicholas Lauren Howell. Joseph Michael Rupek Jr. Curtis Tyler Hudeberg. Margaret Ann Sinell Humphreys with high distinction in elementary education. Ethan Zachary Johnson. Quincy Noel King. Carissa Janelle Kinney with distinction in exercise science. Jennifer Teresa Klebb. Anthony James Kramer. Jill Marie Kroll with distinction in business administration. Paul Samuel Kruger in absentia. Timothy Adam Kruger in absentia. Brian Allen Kudron. Kip Andrew Kudron. Esmeralda Anna Lacayo. Jonathan James Lamaster. Megan Nicole Lamb with distinction in studio art. Ashton J. Lambie with distinction in music. Chase Robert Langenberg. Brock Daniel Lauer. Jocelyn Ann Lavalette Williams. Matthew George Lerner. Angie Marie Litz. Zachary Burr Lloyd in absentia, high distinction in philosophy. Kramer Lee Lyons. Janice Martindale in absentia, high distinction studio art. Jennifer Danielle Martindale in absentia. Marcus Allen Martinez. Randy Marks. Zachary Michael Maurer. Christine Lynn McCauley. Elizabeth Ann McHugh. Cassandra Marie McLeod. John Patrick Melise. Haley Nicole Melvin. Kimberly Ann Meyer, in absentia, with distinction in psychology. Derek James Miller. Kayla Marie Moore. Christina Elaine Moore, with distinction in World Languages and Linguistics. Amber L. Moreno. Aaron Thomas Mulgrew. Shannon Kai Mullen. Kelly Dominique Mueller, with distinction in psychology. Ellie Marie Neybauer. Grant McCormick Nagaki. Brittany Taylor Nelson, with distinction in physical education. Ian Michael Nickel. Zachary Paul Nickel. Riley Nicola. Martin Alexander Nice, in absentia, with distinction in exercise science. Ethan Colt Olander. Thomas Cephas Olson, with distinction in political science. Danica Rochelle Olson, with high distinction in criminal justice and human services administration. William Kirk Orndorff. Jason William Pedersen, with distinction in studio art. Daisha Dawn Pesic. Mackenzie Irene Peterson. Teal K. Peterson, in absentia, with high distinction in studio art. Benjamin Eric Pettiford, in absentia. Michael Andrew Philippi. Mario Desmond Powell. Taylor Morgan Powers. Vanessa Quintana, with high distinction in peace, justice, and social change. Shannon Riekerd, with distinction in elementary education. Elisa Marie Reitz. Matthew Cyril Robertson, with high distinction in recreation and sport management. Angelica Ruth Roman. Hannah Mae Rundle. Calvin Scott Roop. Gabriel Peter Solis. Corey Samuelson. Tamra Elizabeth Shecker. Shelby Jones Slickman. Drake Scott Schmidt. Summer Elizabeth Schmidt, high distinction in psychology and distinction in sociology. Melanie Mae Schneider. Josie Dawn Scomp. Kendra Lynn Schween, high distinction, elementary education. Riley Danielle Sickles. Mandy Smith. Margaret Kelly Smith, high distinction in religion and distinction in history. Brooke Michelle Steele, high distinction in business administration. Rachel Marie Steffen. Tiffany Randy Steinkraus. Jacqueline Ray Stickley. Daniel Pete Stinman. Trevor Allen Stith. Todd Lee Stitham, with distinction in accounting. Dylan Stahl, with distinction in biology. Nate Story. Ruth Beatrice Stoop, with high distinction in peace, justice, and social change, and distinction in international studies. Amanda Nicole Strudoff. Ross Griffin Struess. Paula Jo Stuckey. Krista Marie Swartzendruber, with high distinction in professional accounting. John Joseph Tome. Melissa Ann Thompson. Michael Thomas Tomlin. Sean Michael Trumbull. Thomas Julian Van Hout, with distinction in physical education. Laura Nichelle Van Epps. Taylor Ariel Vocheski. Kirby Joe Wells. Derek Thomas Whipple. Jared William Weens, in absentia. Lindsay Janae Wilkins. Cole Christopher Willard. Drew Oliver Whitty, with high distinction in business administration. Brittany Wong. Michaela Nicole Worley. Kevin Daniel Wright. Mallory Rose Wright, with high distinction in elementary education and special education. Joe Edward Zimba, in absentia. Brianna Marie Zubrod. Will the candidates for the degree Bachelor of Music please rise and proceed to the platform to receive your diplomas? We will begin with the summa cum laude graduates. Kevin Thomas Smith. Deanne Renee Nicholas. the following student is a magna cum laude graduate: Jeremy Daniel Merman. And we will continue with the Bachelor of Music degrees. Stacy Lynn Burns. John Francis. Jessica Louise Hazelton, with distinction in music education. Nicholas James Ramondo, with high distinction in voice performance and piano performance. Jensen Carissa Lynn Rudolph. Will the candidates for the degree Master of Arts in Teaching please rise and proceed to the platform to receive your diplomas and to be hooded? I now call upon Dr. Dwayne Strassheim, Faculty Marshal, to escort the graduate committee chairs, Professors Judy Hall, Jeff Hoffman, Robin Kuger, Amy Morris, Cass Remp, and Barbara Sunderman to the platform area to assist with the hooding of the master's degree recipients. Sarah Jean Ashe. With an emphasis in natural science education. Gary Lee Bandy, with an emphasis in physical education. Michael Ross Brady, with an emphasis in physical education. Jordan Christopher Connor, in absentia. Kimberly Sarah Corradi. With an emphasis in natural science education. Tony Joseph Fagiolo. With an emphasis in instrumental music education. Chelsea Ann Jacobitz. With an emphasis in special education and biology education. Raylene Ramona Jameson, with an emphasis in physical education. Sophia Marie Coles, with an emphasis in business, marketing, information technology. Nicholas Jacob Conan, with an emphasis in special education. Blake Harold Edward Markart, in absentia. Corey Joseph Miller, in absentia. David Kentith Morris. With an emphasis in natural science education and physical science education. Dawn Laureen Peterson. With an emphasis in elementary education and early childhood education. Alyssa B. Randall. With an emphasis in elementary education and special education. John Adam Schwinn. With an emphasis in physical education and English as a second language. Jeremiah Paul Slough, in absentia. Joshua Charles Work. With an emphasis in physical education. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me one more time in congratulating the Hastings College class of 2013.
Today I would like to share 5 values that are important to me and I hope resonate with you as you begin the next phase of your life. They're pretty short. Trust. I develop, nurture, and sustain trust with others. Integrity. I live ethically and with a commitment to moral integrity. Respect. I respect others. I value the uniqueness, diversity, and strengths of each individual. Excellence. I strive to exceed expectations. I have a strong commitment to quality and excellence in everything I do. And finally, transparency. I believe that accountability, honesty, and openness are critical to how I live my life. My charge to you is to think about the values that are important to you and how you live your life. Be honest with yourself. Reflect upon whether or not the current stated or unstated values of your life are the values you want to carry you for the rest of your life and your career. Think about these values and write them down. Send them to me. Share them with a friend or a family member. You already know this, and most of us present today can say with assurance, shaping your life with the values that are important to you will define where your life takes you and how you get there. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2013. We are all so very proud of you.
Dr. Robin Kujer, would you please come to the stage to lead us in the singing of the Hastings College Alma Mater? Following the Alma Mater, the Reverend Katie Anderson will give the benediction. We will ask you after that to please remain seated until all the graduates have recessed. Thank you.
Please stand for the singing of the Alma Mater. Dear friends, again we sing in voices loud and strong to Hastings College, echoing once more our glorious song. To her white and crimson banner, to her spirit proud and free. Alma Mater now we sing in loving loyalty. Hastings to thee.
I'd like to send you on your way today with words from a Franciscan blessing. And graduates, if you would, I'd like you to grab the hand or put your hand on the shoulder of the one next to you. I want you to bless each other. I'll read the words, but you don't need a reverend to bless you. So as you go on your way, may you be blessed with discomfort at easy answers, half-truths, and superficial relationships, so that you may live deep within your heart. May you be blessed with anger at injustice, oppression, and exploitation of people, so that you may work for justice, freedom, and peace. May you be blessed with tears to shed for those who suffer from pain, rejection, starvation, and war, so that you may reach out your hand to comfort them and turn their pain into joy. May you be blessed with enough foolishness to believe that you can make a difference in this world, so that you can do what others claim cannot be done. May you be blessed with the memories of these people and this place, and may they sustain you always. And finally, may the blessing of love, which is the very source of who you are, go with you now and all those whom you love, today, always, and forever. Amen.